There's a game coming out as free to play tomorrow that I feel like I haven't heard enough about, so I went digging. The game Predecessor was developed and published by Omega Studios. It's a free to play multiplayer online battle arena, or a MOBA, that started its early access phase in December 2022, but it's set to launch an open beta that's free tomorrow, March 28th, 2024. Omega Studios was founded in 2020, and this is their only game currently. So, who are these people, and why should you invest your time in this game? The studio is known for its community-driven approach to game development. And speaking of community, before we continue on with the video, let's watch a little cinematic from Shark Z Gaming and Editing. Okay, now that's not the whole cinematic, but if you want to see the whole thing, I encourage you to go check out his channel. It has a ton of really cool videos that clearly took a ton of time, and man, if that doesn't get you juiced to play, I don't know what will. But I'll link it in the description for those of you who are interested. He makes a ton of really great content. Go check it out. About that community-driven approach thing I was talking about earlier. The game is made by a completely remote team, so communication is a big thing for them and for the community. If you're wondering if they somehow made a Smite/League of Legends style game that's not a steaming pile of toxicity clearly brought up from the dregs of our own society's underbelly, I think that might be more of a reflection on us than it is on them. Omega Studios uses iterative development, which is a fancy way of saying they use the feedback of the community to improve the game continuously. I played 4 games today, and I already want to go back and play more. Now, I've soaked about as much as your average gamer has into League of Legends and Smite, somewhere around that 4,000, 5,000 hour sweet spot. And here's what I like and what I don't like from what I've seen so far. What I do like, the combat, fast-paced and responsive. When I played Smite, it felt like I was lagging all the time for some reason, even when I wasn't. It made it feel very clunky, and I felt like I couldn't chain my moves together as quickly as my brain or fingers wanted. It's the polar opposite in this game. I can't do it fast enough. My brain doesn't work fast enough. The UI isn't huge or overbearing. Everything happens very fast, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing, but I take it as a good thing. The characters are really hit or miss. Some of them feel like a direct rip from other games, but some feel completely unique in their mechanics and story. But what I can tell you from playing 4 different ones is that they have very different playstyles, and that's cool. The map is small, and I mean that in a good way. It doesn't feel like it's going to take me 2 minutes to walk to my lane or to walk anywhere, to be honest. There's blast cones that help you move around in the jungle, and there's a little warpy thing at the beginning so you don't have to spend half your game walking. I know that might feel small, but those are the little things, right? I appreciate that. The length of the game. Because the map is small, the games are quicker, and I think other MOBAs need to take a page out of their book. When you lose a 45-minute game, there's a decent shot you aren't playing again. There's a decent shot you're not playing for the rest of that week. But if you lose 4 15-minute games, there might still be hope. The items don't seem overly complicated. When I started Smite, I was overwhelmed on a huge scale, but they have dumbed it down somewhere in between Smite and League of Legends, which I like, and it's a good balance in the middle. Things that I didn't like. The economy. It seems like it takes an insane amount of gameplay to unlock a champ if you're not willing to pay a premium currency. I like the idea of grinding for champ to unlock, but this seems slightly excessive in my opinion. It's not necessarily new player friendly. Sure, there's a tutorial. Sure, you can play against bots. but it seems the MMR that you're placed in right away, which I'm not complaining about it. I loved it. I had a great first game. I'm very familiar with this concept and how the game is played, but I can see it being kind of deterring for beginning players being placed with players who have played a lot longer than them and have a better understanding of the characters and their roles that they play in the game. Speaking of roles, you can't queue up for one exactly. When you first start, it basically awards the role of whatever you want to whoever clicks it first, which I feel like will definitely be improved as they go on, but for now it feels weird to have a playstyle and just to be forced to play a role based on your SSD pinging and how fast you can click. Overall, in conclusion, I've got a lot more to learn about it. I'm just beginning, but I wanted to put out a video showcasing that it goes free tomorrow. Download it, play it. Maybe I'll see you in game. Thanks for watching. Peace.